Hello and welcome to Conversations with Curtis and this video newsletter of November 22nd, 2023. This is the first video newsletter I've done in a long time, and I thought I would just take some time out of my morning to share with you all the goings on in Conversations with Curtis Land. I'm Paul Stetler. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I played Curtis Craig back in 1996. In Phantasmagoria 2, A Puzzle of Flesh. And I'm coming to you today from the back room of the Borderline. I just finished playing some Dungeons and Dragons with Therese and her friends, and a little Parcheesi and a few other things. And I thought I'd just take a little moment, take a break from that to come and share with you what's going on. I'm going to do my best to do this all in one take, so I don't have to edit anything. And I can just get this uploaded and out to you guys as soon as possible. So please forgive the many verbal hiccups and pauses that are about to be happening during this video. All right, so I wanted to just let you know where we are with Conversations with Curtis. We've been doing this for 2.5 years. It's going strong. We've got a really wonderful strong fan base of folks that join us on a regular basis. We are building, growing our channel. We're approaching 10,000 YouTube subscribers. We have a wonderful Discord community, a fairly consistent donorship program through Patreon and Coffee, which is keeping us able to do this. And we're just thrilled to continue to move on. And that said, we want to make sure that we're not stagnant, and we want to make sure that we're growing and we're evolving in a way that makes sense. So here's what's happening. As you know, on a regular basis, Daniel and I are live streaming video games, usually games that Daniel recommends, games that he has played or loves or wants to share with me. And most of those games are point-and-click adventure games from the 1990s or way back in the day. These are the games that he grew up with, he loves. Many of you have the same experience. And I think it's a lot of fun for folks to watch me play these games for the first time. And I enjoy that very much. That said, I am finding that the more I play games and the more I expand my tastes, the more I'm finding that I am really, there are certain kinds of games that are really appealing to me. And they're slightly newer games. They're games that are more story involved. They're less about the hunting and pecking and the pointing and the clicking and the moon logic and such that can sometimes be very, very frustrating to me. That doesn't quite gel with the way my brain works. Games like, Inside and The Stanley Parable, and I'm playing Kentucky Route Zero. These are games that I'm really finding quite a bit of joy playing. Firewatch, Not for Broadcast, Her Story, things like that. So after talking to Daniel a couple days ago, it just makes sense as we're looking at what we're doing. Daniel has sort of branched off on his own, and he's interviewing these developers that created all these wonderful games, and he's having these long, wonderful conversations with them, and he's posting them, and they're just wonderful. He's creating a living document that is quite impressive. He's also starting to play games with those developers, play the games that they developed with them. So he's kind of finding his own niche, which is great. And I'm excited about that. I'm not quite sure what my niche is yet. So part of what I want to do is to branch out on my own a little bit and start playing these games that I'm finding interesting. So all that said, after talking with Daniel the other day, here's what we feel like is the natural next step for where Conversations with Curtis is going. If we continue to stream roughly 3 times a week, one of those streams will always be Daniel and I playing a game together. It might be a point and click, it might be something goofy, it might be a simulator game, it might be just something that we both get a kick out of, something that you recommend for us to do. And there'll always be that time where we play something together. On our other days, one of those days is going to be devoted to me doing solo streams of games that I'm interested in playing, that games that I want to dive deeper into, and just be able to enjoy that on my own with the folks that are going to be tuning in. And when I say solo streams, what I mean is these are streams that I will be in charge of. It'll not only be me playing games by myself, but me bringing in guests that I want to engage with, voiceover artists that I either know that do voiceover work for other games, or some of the people that I am interested in reaching out to. And there's a new project that I'm excited about where I have recruited my son to play a game with me. We've just recorded it, and we'll be releasing that soon. So I think that'll be really fun to hear me and my 14-year-old son playing a game together. So there's all kinds of cool things that we'll be doing with my side of the channel. Daniel will continue to do his interviews on his own, but also maybe we schedule a day a week where he can do point and click adventure games with those developers of the games that made them. And I might join in some of those, I may not, but that will be a wonderful element of our channel that anybody who loves these games can join in. To be honest, point and click adventure world, some of it works really well for me and some of it doesn't. My brain doesn't necessarily, the moon logic sometimes is just too much. I just get so lost and frustrated, and I just don't want to, the whole goal for Conversations with Curtis is to have fun. No one's making any real money at this. We're doing this as a labor of love, and if we're doing this as a labor of love, then we better love what we're doing. And I'm finding that sometimes I get a little, I'm not always loving some of the stuff. So I want to make sure that I'm enjoying these moments. So there's going to be me doing solo streams, Daniel and I playing together, Daniel doing his own thing. And then whenever Tori can join us, because I'll tell you why in just a minute, but whenever Tori can join us, we're going to talk to her about the games that she loves. What has she really enjoyed that she's been playing with us? I think she's really into puzzle games. I think she really likes these newer, FMV games like Her Story and things like that. So when Tori joins us, we're going to want to work towards what her tastes are. And for the most part, when Tori joins us, it'll just be Tori and I on that stream. Daniel will be with us as a sort of disembodied voice. But because Tori and I happen to be these two figures that were, leading actors and played protagonists in these classic games, it just makes sense that we would be the face of those streams. So that's kind of where we're headed right now. I'm excited about it. Daniel's excited about it. And I think it's going to be a really cool way for you to pick and choose which avenue you want to go down with us. All of it, some of it, whatever. So that's kind of where we're at with moving forward with our live streams. Other things to share with you. As I've mentioned before, I had that great conversation with Dan Avedon of Game Grumps. He was incredibly gracious to give me his time to have that conversation. And he has been has generously offered to bring Tori and I into their studio for a guest Grumps episode. We are going to be going down there on the 2nd of December. I'm flying down to LA. This is an opportunity for me to not only do that, but I have a number of friends and family, and there's a memorial of a beloved teacher from my graduate school that's happening. So I'm able to take this opportunity to go down to LA and do a bunch of things, including meeting Tori for the first time in person, and the two of us going onto Game Grumps. And my understanding is that we will be playing, or that Dan and Aaron will be playing about an hour or so of Phantasmagoria 2 with Tori and I in the studio, and we'll get a chance to chat. I don't think we're going to be on camera. I don't think they do on camera. So we'll just be in the studio with them, playing Phantasmagoria 2 and getting a chance to hang out with those guys. Now, my understanding is that they have such a huge channel that once we're on here, it's going to, there will be people that will be curious about our channel, and I think that will probably mean that more people will be tuning in and maybe subscribing and helping build our channel up a little bit. So that's exciting. And I'm going to do my best to capture video and pictures and such of this historic meeting of us going to the Game Grumps studio. So we'll keep you updated on that. All right, other things. A project that Daniel and I have talked about, and we're moving ever so slightly forward, and I wanted to give you a little heads up on this, is that we want to create, when I first started this channel, I created what I think is a very comprehensive oral history of the making of Phantasmagoria 2. We have hours and hours of interviews with me talking to actors and the director and the writer and all of this stuff about the making of that game. And anybody who's joining our channel for the first time, it's a lot to go through. There's, where do you start? Do you have the time to watch these 2-hour interviews over and over again? So one of the things that we thought we would do or consider doing is creating is taking that footage of all of those interviews and condensing it into a short, digestible documentary on the making of Phantasmagoria 2, and then editing that, really packaging it up nicely, and then posting it on YouTube for folks to watch as a whole. I've already reached out to a filmmaker friend, acquaintance of mine here in Seattle. He's incredibly talented and he's very interested, and we've already had a couple meetings about what we want to do and how we want to do this. It's pretty exciting. I think if we do this correctly, it could be a really, really cool thing, and it might be something that would inspire other people to really dive into the making of other games back in that they made. For this to happen, we're going to definitely need a budget. And so we're still in the early process of how are we going to do this? What is the budget? How do we make the money? Do we do a Kickstarter? But that's something that we've been talking about. And I'm very excited about creating this oral history documentary based on all the interviews I did with the folks who made Phantas 2. So again, just know that that's out there. We're working on it. And then as we get a little closer, we will share with you the information and figure out next steps. All right, a couple more things, and then I'm going to let you all go. I just started a brand new little video series called Checking Messages with Curtis. Now, for those of you who are part of our Patreon membership program, one of the perks that you get at a certain level, I think it's at the $25 level, is that you get to leave Curtis a voicemail or an email on his computer at his desk, or a voicemail on his phone in his cubicle. And we've had a number of people do this already, and they've been sitting on Dimension Next, Daniel's wonderful interactive game that we have on our website. But I thought it would be really fun if Curtis checked each message and commented on those messages. So that's what's going to happen, is that anybody who leaves a voicemail or an email for Curtis based on their Patreon membership perk, I will create a video where Curtis checks that message and comments on it. So I've started with the ones that we already have, and as new ones come in, we will continue to make these. I will continue to make these videos. It's been really fun so far. I've made 3 or 4 of them, and I'll continue to make all the ones that we have. And then as new ones come in, that'll be part of the process. So I'm going to share with you one of the short video checking messages with Curtis's. So let me share this with you right now. And these will be released once a week, every Monday before our stream. So probably 11 a.m. Pacific time. All right, so here is, and enjoy this little video. Here we go. Okay, time to check some messages. Jen Taylor Cortana, 5245. Cortana works at Wyntech? 5245. Oh, man.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey,
it's Cortana.
Oh, hi, Cortana.
Piss off, rat boy.
Okay, so you and Bob are like, all right, well, take it easy, Cortana. I'll see you later. So there's checking messages with Curtis. It's super fun. I'm having a great time. And if you would join our Patreon membership or our coffee page on a monthly basis, you will be able to leave a voicemail or an email for Curtis, and then I will create a video commenting on that. We're just trying to make sure that you all know all the fun ways that we interact with our Patreon members so that we can continue to grow. Right now, our only revenue stream is simply you guys. Anybody who has donated is the only way we're able to finance what we're doing. We're not big enough to get sponsorships. The ads we get on YouTube are minimal. So it really is through your generous support that we're able to keep doing that. So we want to do our best to make sure that we can continue to have fun and give you guys the perks that you need. Another perk that we are starting this Sunday is a monthly Q&A with all of our monthly Patreon and coffee donors. So we're going to host that on our Discord channel. Daniel and I will come on, we'll give you some information, and we will basically interact and take questions from our Patreon members. We'll make sure that we have a voice activated so we can actually talk to folks if they want to engage with us, and it should be a lot of fun. So that'll happen this Sunday, I think at noon Pacific time. So if you are interested and been kind of on the fence about joining us on either of those platforms, this would be a great time to do that. We'd love to have you. I'll make sure that the links to our Patreon page and our coffee page are in the comments or in the description below. All right, so that's it. That's all I got. Lots of cool things happening. I'm about to go play Doom for the first time in 25 years today to precede Daniel's interview with the maker of that game. So I'm going to go prep for that right now. And other than that, I want you all to have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who are in the US and celebrate that. And my sincere thanks to the rest of you, to everybody who watches this channel and supports us. It means a lot. This is such a great thing. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you are too. And we'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye. Got to go back to playing some Parcheesi with Therese and the gang.